and welcome back. So in this video we are going to go with the code to perform the insertion operation in the linked list. Okay, so in the previous video we have seen that how to implement the single linked list. Basically we have focused on the implementation part, that means the coding part. Okay, so in this video also we are going to just write the code. Okay, but before that let's have a feel that how to insert a node into the single linked list quickly, right? So there are mainly three cases in this. So first case is insertion at the beginning. So how to insert at the beginning? So it's simple. First of all, I want to say that in the case of insertion, what is happening is that we have a linked list. Okay, we just need to change some links to insert the new node into the linked list, right? So here also in all the insertions, if you look, I am crossing something here, which means this link has been earlier, but after insertion this link should be crossed and it should be updated like this. Okay, in this also this null should be crossed and it should be updated like this. Okay, in this insertion also this link should be crossed and it should be updated like this. Okay, so we just need to change the links in order to insert a node into the linked list. Okay, this is a quick concept of inserting a node. Now let's see the all the three scenarios. So first scenario is insertion at beginning. So what to do? At first the head was pointing to the first node of the linked list, which is this. Now after insertion at the beginning, I want the head to insert I want the head to point at this node. This is what I am doing. I am changing this link from here and I am making the next pointer to point to the this node, right? So please keep this figure in your mind, because I will be, when I will be writing the code, I will always say to remind yourself the figure, right? Okay, so in the second case we have insertion at end. So what to do? Insertion at end, in the previous video also I have discussed a little bit. What we have done in the previous video was basically insertion at the end of the linked list, right? So but again we'll do it separately here. Okay, so in this insertion at end, what we do is that we know that we first traverse through the linked list and we'll reach at the end of the linked list. Okay, or at the last node of the linked list, and after going there what we need to do is that we should update the next block of this node from null to the address of this new node, right? By this way you will be able to make the link. Okay, this is insertion at end. Now let's look at insertion in between. So this is the most complicated one in this, because we need to make changes in more than one links, right? So here let's say I want to insert this node after this and before this node, right? So to do that we first need to remove this link and we should join this link, and then you make this link to point to this. Okay, so these are the three scenarios where we need to change the links accordingly to do the insertion operation, right? So please keep these figure in your mind. Okay, now let's move on to the Visual Studio ID to code it. Okay, Visual Studio, so it's open. So this is a code to implement the linked list. I'm not going to write it again. Okay, please make sure that you understand this. Okay, so in this what I'm going to do is that instead of this I'm going to call a function. So calling the function to insert. Please ignore my spelling mistake, just focus on the point, right? Okay, so insert the node at the beginning. Okay, so how to do that? So for that I will call the function like insert at beginning. To do that I'm going to do head, and I am passing the say element. Before that I need to define the element here, and then I'm going to see out. Okay, I'm going to see out that beginning, right? And then I will give a new line to look the code better. Okay, and I will take this input. Okay, so just leave this focus here. Okay, so this is the function to insert at the beginning. So what I am passing is the head of the linked list and then the element that needs to be inserted at the beginning of the linked list, and the return type will be head because the head will be updated, right? That's why I need to store that every time. So node star. Okay, so doing the same stuff here, I'm going to do struct node star and the element. Let's say this is my element. Okay, so to insert that element, please have a look on the figure. So what is this figure saying is here you can see we need to change the this link. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so first I am going to define a node. Okay, so I have explained you in the previous video that how to define a node. Okay, so let's just quickly do that. So star temp is equals to null, and then temp is equals to, let's say, new, and struct node. Yeah, that's it. And then I am going to update this star temp dot data part as the element, and the address part or the next part as null initially, right? Okay, now we need to insert it at beginning. We need to uh, insert it at beginning. So to do that, what I'm going to do, first I'm going to update the next pointer of the new node as head. Okay, and then I'm going to update the head as this. By this way you will be able to make that link and remove the link. Okay, so this way you have just inserted the node at the beginning. Okay, to see that, let's just copy this function. What this function does is that this function task is to print the list, right? If you want to know that how to print the linked list and how to create the linked list actually, then you can refer my previous video. Okay, okay, so now let's just save the code and we'll go on to the terminal here. I will go to the folder which is C++. Let's make it a full screen. Okay, so I'm going to do g++ -o link.cpp. It has compiled successfully. Now I am going to run it as link.exe. So it should ask that what should be the number of elements in your linked list. So first, let's say I put 5. Now I am entering the number of I am entering the values of the node. Okay, so you can see initially the linked list is 1 2 3 4 5. Now it is asking enter the value to insert at the beginning. Okay, so let's say I want to insert value 0 at the beginning. Now you can see it has been inserted at the beginning. Okay, this is how you can insert the element or a new node at the beginning of the linked list. This is the function. I hope you have understood it completely, because this is the main stuff that you need to understand, and please keep that figure in mind. It will be very helpful for you. Okay, now let's move on to another part, which is to, let's say, which is to insert the node. Okay, so for that basically we have seen into the previous video also. Okay, but for your convenience, let's do that once again. So insert at end, right? So again I am passing the head, again I am going to pass the element, again I will take here, or I will ask cout of list, right? And then again I am going to give new line character here, and I am going to take it as input once again, and I will pass into this function. Now let's just quickly make this function head, and the element I am taking. Okay, so here there may be some scenarios. So first scenario, that if the list is empty, right? So if the list is empty, that means that head is equals to null. So in that case, what we need to do, we just need to update the head as temp. Okay, and then you return head. By doing this, you will be able to insert the node, okay, when the list is empty, right, at the end. If the list is not empty, then what are you going to do? So as I have discussed, let's just go to the figure once again. insertion at the end. That means we need to first traverse and reach at the last node. So we'll traverse the linked list and we'll reach at the last node and we'll make this link. That means the star p dot next of this node should be assigned to temp, right? Okay, so let's do it quickly. So to traverse the node, as I have discussed previously also, I am going to define a temporary pointer and then the while loop, and the condition inside the while loop should be yeah, it should be this. Please make sure that you understand the condition inside the while loop. I am leaving on you because I'm not going to explain the every bit of this code, because I'm giving the code also and explaining a bit also. So rest you need to understand that what's the code is actually doing and how it is doing, right? And then I'm just traversing by doing star p dot next. Okay, and once I come out of the loop, then the pointer p would be pointing to the last node of the linked list. Okay, so once we reach at the last node of the linked list, then we need to do star p dot next is equals to temp, and then finally you return the head. Now this has been inserted at the end, right? Okay, it has been inserted at the end. Okay, if you want to check that whether we have correctly inserted or not, then we can call this print function again. Let's just compile this code again and we'll move on to here again. Let's just do that same stuff again. Okay, so it is giving some error, so let's check that error. It's on line number 91 and 90. Yeah, so 91. Let's see what's the error here. So I think okay, so we need to define a new node here also. Okay, so I will just copy from here and I will paste it because I'm not going to write anymore. I hope you have understood it completely. Okay, now let's just save it, and now it should work completely. Now again compile. Yeah, so it has compiled successfully. I am going to run this code. So let's say the element I want to put, number of elements I want to put this time is 6, and the let's say the elements 6 are 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 and okay 5. Now it is asking enter the value to insert at the beginning. Let's say I want to insert -1 at the beginning, so it has inserted. Now it is asking enter the element to be inserted at the end of the linked list. Let's say I want to insert 6, then it has been inserted 6. Okay, so I hope you have understood it. Okay, now let's quickly go and write the code that how to insert after a given node, right? Let's say I want to insert it in middle. Okay, so I think this video has been quite longer. Okay, so I'm going to end this session here only. To insert a node in between or after a given node, I will explain it in next video. Okay, so I hope you have understood it completely. If not, then please take pen and paper and try to trace the code and try to analyze by yourself, and do make sure that you also type this code along with me, right? So that's it for this video. Thank you and Jai Hind.